Marijuana has its own receptor in the brain, so that is an inhibitory receptor. So what it does is it it decreases some neurons from firing, which means that some neurons are firing even more too. So the ones that are firing more are related to like reward and feeling good. So that's where marijuana's positive effects come from. But it also has, like I said, inhibitory effects. So some of that reduces anxiety, which is why some people smoke marijuana to reduce their anxiety, and it also could decrease their motivation as well. And that's kind of, I guess, probably the biggest fear is that the legalization of marijuana is that maybe more kids will get a hold of it, and that will decrease their motivation. It's going to have the same effect on the brain if you're having a problem, like let's say that you are having a problem keeping weight on and gaining weight. Well, the munchies, the increasing of food consumption is going to be a good thing, right? Because you're treating someone. But someone that's healthy, that's not going to be a good thing, right? So it's kind of one of those things that if you need that, it would be a good treatment. Like marijuana is an awful treatment for anxiety, so it wouldn't be a good thing to use. But although people self-medicate for it very often with it. It causes people to be tired. It causes a decrease in motivation. It can relax people, but it can also cause more anxiety, mostly depending on the dose, but also depending on who's actually smoking it. And it increases hunger, like we said before. So yeah, I think the biggest worry, that it's much like alcohol, that some people are going to use it and it's going to be completely fine. Some people, I think that people will not use it, even if it's, legal, and then there's going to be people that are going to use it excessively. But I don't think that's going to change. However, I think that the big problem is, young people, because teenagers, their brains are still developing, and so it's going to affect their brains a little bit differently than it's going to affect the general older people. So I guess the other side of the adolescent worry, once again, if adolescents are doing marijuana, that can be, some theorize, a gateway to using harder drugs. So these are probably risk takers to begin with if they're even using marijuana, so they might progress even without it, but chances are if they're doing marijuana, that is going to be their gateway to the next harder drug.